first homework problem I see. In order, I see 1.4. This is number 27 in the book. That's number 27. If you look in the book on 1.4 homework, number 27 is that one right there. And for those of you that are doing online homework, it looks like number 14. So I'm going to click on it. I have no idea what it is, but we're going to look at it together. The Human Resource Department at a certain company wants to conduct a survey regarding work benefits. The department has an alphabetic list of 3216. So big N, BAN is 3216. Let me take my handy dandy do-jigger here. And I'm going to take the do-jigger and I'm going to, well, I'll just leave it at that and see if it works. Let me just hit this. And I'm going to move that. So BAN, the big N, is equal to 3216. 3216. And little n is equal to 30. So K is equal to big N over little n, which is equal to 3216. What? Somebody say something? Okay. I thought I heard something. I thought I heard Miss Kidd saying something.
Not me.
So I take my handy dandy calculator. So I go get my calculator. And the reason I'm going to get a calculator is because some of y'all don't know how to use a calculator. And y'all will give me the wrong answer. And then after I put down the wrong answer, everybody will start hollering. And that's the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer. So I just don't do that anymore. I don't have the students help me out. I know that's awful, but y'all set me up for failure, and it's just not a good thing.
107.2.
What?
107.2.
I'm still not going to accept that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to verify it. I appreciate you helping me out, though. 3216 divided by 30, and let's see if Miss Kidd was correct. She was 107.2. And that's equal to 107. So now we've got N is equal to, and I'm going to put K is equal to 107. So these three guys right here are going to be used for part B because we just did part A. So this is A. And now we're going to do B, but they got to give us P. We don't know what P is.
This is the part where I always get, like, this is where I get lost at.
Well, we're going to try to remedy that. So 107. Now, I'm going to pull up and P is equal to, let me move this over. Oh. P is equal, write down 17. P is equal to 17.
Do you just pull a random number?
No, what does it say right there?
Okay, so that's P. P is 17. Okay.
Yeah. I told y'all in the notes, I told y'all in this problem that B, they're going to give you a number. Okay. And that's going to be P. So now I got to go and find, I'm just going to pull this up and y'all are going to write down the formula. First one is P, of course. And then, where is it? Did they not? Hold on. It must be in the help me solve. I'm not doing that. I'm not going through all that. Did somebody write down the formula I gave y'all the other night? I know one person did, because one out of this, it starts with P, and then it's N plus P, and then it's N times 2 plus P or something. I can't remember. Did somebody write it down?
I don't think we went over.
Yeah, we did in this class. I remember
I
doing
don't
it.
think we did either. Because I would have written it down.
Yeah, I would have written it down. We were stuck on frequency distribution.
Okay, but this is 1.4. It might have been last week when I did it. Okay, let me go find it, because I remember going over it, and I remember going over it in this class. But just hold on, I'll find it. I just got to go back and pull up the book. Hold on. I got the book already pulled up over here. Let's see, main menu, e-text 1.4. And hopefully y'all will see the formula. It's one of those, this is something that you hardly ever use. I don't go over it very much in my classes, and
I don't like the way we have to do it on the online homework, because I mean,
well, it's not my choice. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's just
the one that's
very
in charge of
confusing.
120 makes the homework, and I could go in and take it out, but now that y'all are doing it, I can't take it out. So I got to show you how to do it. 1.4. And it's at the bottom of a page, because I showed y'all. Let me find it. And they don't really tell you much about doing it. They throw that formula to you, and you're supposed to figure it out.
I've kind of noticed that about this book. They don't tell you how to do a whole lot of nothing. They give you examples, but they don't show you how to do nothing.
There it is right there. I didn't show y'all that?
No.
I swear I remember showing somebody that. But anyway, it might not have been y'all. It might have been the other 3 dadgum probabilities. All right. P plus K, P plus 2K, and ... That means all the way up to P plus N minus 1 times K.
P point P plus K point P plus 2.
It's not point, that's a comma.
I can't, I'm sorry, it's so tiny.
Hold on a minute. I'll make it bigger for you.
You know, us blind folks can't see.
No, it's just divas. That's all it is. It's divas.
Well, you know.
See, you agree to it. See there?
Just saying. I think this might be your Title I probability class. I'm just saying.
You gonna make somebody, you're gonna offend somebody. You wait and see what I tell you. Well, all right, there you go.
They just have to put the big girl panties on.
Well, that don't exist in Cancelville. Cancelville, they live in, you know, unicorns and candy mountains, and nobody is supposed to say bad things. Evidently, they didn't go to public school. There you go.
Well, I'm a proud graduate.
All right. So somebody tell me what P is in this problem.
It's the population.
Right there. P is what?
17.
17. So I'm gonna put 17 right here. And somebody take your calculator and tell me what 17 plus 107 is.
124.
So I'm going to put right here 17 plus 107. And you say that's one what?
124.
Okay. And here I'm going to put 17 plus 2 times 107, which will be 214 plus 17, which would be 231. Somebody check me.
You're right.
And then dot, dot, dot. And then 17 plus, what's n minus 1? Little n minus 1. 29 times 107. Well, hold on just a minute. 100 times 29 is 2,900. 7 times 29, 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 6. 203. Hold on a minute. 203 plus 2,900 is 3,903. I think. Heck, I don't know. I'm losing it now. 3,103 plus 17. 3,120. What is it? What does it come out to be?
3120.
Right.
31 what?
You're right. 3120.
Did y'all just see that? I didn't use a calculator. Did y'all just see that?
Okay, so where did the 29 come from?
What is that right there?
Little n.
What is n minus, what is n?
It's your sample.
Which is?
30.
What's 30 minus 1?
Okay, 29. Okay.
You got it. This is the formula you use for this problem.
Okay. I'm making my
And all
note.
you have to do is plug in what?
Subtract.
No. Plug and chug.
Plug and chug.
Plug in the numbers and chug out the arithmetic.
Plus 29 times 107. 3120. Okay.
Now I'm going to leave that on the board for a couple of seconds.
So that will be how you answer that question. The answer to that question is 3120, or it's
No, the answer
17,
is
120.
17, 124, 231, and 3120.
Okay.
So we're going to type that in now so we can feel good about ourselves. If I can find the problem. Here we go. So 17, 124, 231, and 3120. And we feel good about ourselves. Now, the first thing you do, look what I did. I wrote down big N. I wrote down little n. And then I calculated K. And once I calculated K, I put them all in a circle.
Okay.
Because you use all three of these, well, you use two of them down here. Now, P, you don't know P until they give you P. P is in the question B. And let's go back to the question.
What if it asks you to pick a random number between 1
They're
and
not
9?
going to do that.
Okay.
I don't think they are. And if they do, I'd pick one around 20 or 30, somewhere in there. And there it is right there. There's P.
Okay.
Okay, y'all good? You feel better about yourself? Or you want to do a nerd? Squeaky door gets oil.
No, I can pretty much get it now that I know how to do the formula and I know how to
Okay.
find K.
I still thought I showed y'all how to do it. So
I understood the first part of the formula. It was just the second part. Finding K. I know how to find K, but there was the second part of the formula that I didn't understand.
Yeah, you don't know P. That's why I put that question mark.
Yeah,
you don't
P.
know it until they give it to you.
Right.
And then you just plug and chug into this formula.
Okay.
Any other questions on that one? All right. And I tell you what I'll do with that one, just for y'all, because I like y'all. I'm going to take a picture of it and I'll put it on the file. How about that? And that way y'all will have it. Is that fair?
Thank you.
You're welcome. let's put it right there and take a picture. And of course, I'll put it in pictures.
Will there be a lot of these on the test?
No, I think I told you that I don't test this because I don't think, this is a new book, I think, and I think that's been added. Because I don't remember seeing it. So I'm not going to test you on that. Unless y'all want me to.
Nah.
All right, I'm going to delete that one. Next, we've got, I didn't see that one from Miss Yarborough, 1.377 in the book, number 3 online. Let's see what this one says. Okay, a student entering a doctoral program in educational psychology is required to select 2 courses from the list of courses, blah, 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 blah. Okay, first of all, let's write down the courses. Now, you don't have to write down the titles because you don't care about that. I don't like writing all in one color. I like black if I'm going to do that. All right, so 635, 671, 676, 693, and as soon as I get through writing, I'll put my Word document up, 644. And it says, list all possible 2 course combinations. So 635, and you're gonna throw that 635 with every single course. So 635 and 671, 635 and 676, 635 and 693, 635 and 644. Everybody with me? So I just did that. Now I'm going to do this one. 671 to 635. Now let me ask you a question. What's the difference between 671 and 635 and 635 and 671? There is no difference. You're taking both courses, right? So you don't want to use the repeaters, but we'll go ahead and write it down, and then we'll put a dot beside it because it repeats with this one. So 671 to 635, and I'm going to put a dot beside that one because it goes with that one. 671 to 676. 671 to 693. 671 to 644. Now I'm going to take my highlighter because I want y'all to learn, and I feel real good about my highlighters because they stand out. I'm going to highlight these 2 right here because they're basically what?
The same.
They're the same. So I don't know if this question is going to want repetitive. Usually they don't. So now I'm going to move to 676. So 676, 635. 676, 635. And we do have one right there. So I'm going to put a dash right there and a dash right there because we've got that one repeating. And we're probably going to have the one repeating right here. So 676 to 671. And yes, we do have a repeater, and I'm going to put a vertical line there and I'll put a little cross there. Okay, so I'm going to highlight those in just a second. Okay, 676 to 693 and 676 to 644. Now I'm going to take my pink highlighter and my orange highlighter, and I'm going to highlight those that were repeating. And orange Okay. Now remember, one of them you're going to keep. So I'm going to take my silver. I love the silver what you call it. And I'm going to mark this one. I'm going to kind of put an X through that one because I can't count it twice. And I'm going to put an X through this one. And that silver one is shot. So it goes in the shot pile. Okay, which one? I marked through this one. And I marked through this one. And I'm going to mark through this one. Okay, now I got what? 693? So 693 with 635. 693 with 671. And of course, all these are copies. 693 with 676. Now, all three of those may be copies. I don't know. Let's see. 693 to 635. Right there. So it goes out. 693 to 671. 693 to 676. And then what's the only thing left? 693 to 644. Now, what you end up seeing, y'all watch this. This is a trick I learned in the war. Look here. You end up with half of your numbers falling off because they're what? They're repetitive. And that should be your answer, y'all. So let's look back at the handy dandy question.
What?
And there's the handy dandy question. What'd you say? And there is your answers. So let's go over here. 671, 644. And I'm going to take my red marker and I'm going to mark through what we marked, what we put down. 635, 671. 635, 671. There it is, F. So we're going to mark through that one. That one's F. Okay. 635, 676. 635, 676. Somebody tell me where you see it.
C.
C. Thank you.
I think that's what it says. It's kind of small.
Okay. That's C. 635, 693. 635, 693.
E.
E, thank you. 635, 644. G. 671, 676. 671, 676. J. 671, 693. H. 671, 644. Where'd it go? There it is, A. What else? Let's see, 676, 693. Y'all look for me. There it is, I. 676, 644. 676, that's N. And the last one, 693, 644. There it is, K. And that should be it. Why? Okay, now let's talk about common sense. Why is M, as in Mike, why isn't it an answer?
It's the same class.
Same class.
And why would you not list those?
Because you can't take the same class with the same
You're not
class.
going to take the same class unless you just want to throw away another what? You know, $300, $400, $500. What?
$1,600.
It's $1,600. Okay. And why isn't D as in Delta? Why isn't it an answer?
Because it's a similar, same class. Twice. I can't. Is it 636 or 635?
Well, same class, but something else.
871? I can't read it.
What do the directions say? I'm pointing at it for those that are wondering.
2 course selection, not 3.
2. How many courses is that?
3.
3. And why isn't this the same course? So that should be your answer. So you should feel good about yourself. They said, oh, let's see. A, B, C, E, F. A, B, C, E, F. G, H, I. G, H, I. J, K, N. J, K, N.
I think the problem is B, because what is that, like 607? That's not an option listed.
They say B is not it. Why isn't B one? Oh, I didn't mark that one. Okay. Let's see, 676, 607. 607 is not even in there. Okay, that's not my fault. That was already marked. Okay, so there is blank and blank chances that these courses will be selected. Well, how many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm trying to count them. 1, 2, let's just count the checks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 out of what? 10 chance. And that's it. So did you have to leave, Miss Kidd? This one was checked, and 607 is not even a class. So that's why we got it wrong. That one was checked. Did you have to leave, Miss Kidd?
I'm here.
Oh, I thought you had to walk out. That's why I thought you missed that.
No,
Okay.
I'm here.
I'm seeing things. All right, next is 1.2, number 9. 1.2, number 9. Okay, that's not in this class. So I don't want to delete this one. 1.2, number 9, and that's number 5. Determine whether the study depicts an observational study or an experiment. A study is conducted to determine if there is a relationship between brain cancer and use of cell phones. Doctors ask patients with brain cancer about their use of cell phones. That's observational, because the doctor or the scientist is not interjecting anything into the experiment, into the observation, into the event. So it should be observational. Which one says observational? Alpha and Charlie. I think it's Charlie. But I'm not good at these because I don't read the whole question, because I'm a guy and I usually don't read the whole sentence. Right? Ain't that right, guys? We don't read the whole sentence, do we?
You're not the only one. A lot of them are tricky questions, though, because they don't come out and
Philadelphia
straightforward.
lawyer. Yeah.
They don't straightforward ask you what they're looking for. They're just coming up with some BS behind it.
I do not, and I'll tell you this, I do not put those Philadelphia lawyer questions on the test. I try not to.
Thank you.
The only people that can figure it out is Philadelphia lawyer. And I just deleted that one, and I shouldn't have. Shoot. All right, now, these are Miss Kidd's questions, so we're not going to do them. 2.1, 13. There's 13 here, and number 6 online. All right, these are test question and standardized test question. The national survey asks people, how often do you eat out to dinner instead of at home? Now, I have not eaten out, I bet, in a year and a half. You couldn't pay me to go eat. How you gonna eat with a mask on? Because you gotta wear your mask. How you gonna eat?
I don't.
Well, you're racist.
Yes,
The
I am.
frequency were as follows. It doesn't matter what you do, you're racist. The frequency were as follows. Complete parts A through G. Okay, first of all, I'm going to see, is this, okay, I'm going to show y'all a trick I learned in the war. All right, now, you can use Excel if you want to. I'm going to show you how I do it. And that way you won't have to even write it down on a piece of paper. Okay, everybody with me? There it is. Don't even have to type anything in. All you do, I'll show you again. All you do is hit this little icon right here and put in Excel. Open in Excel. Now you could open it in StatCrunch, but then I'd have to show you how to use StatCrunch. Well, I'm going to show you how to use StatCrunch because that's on the test. You can use StatCrunch on the test. So I'll show you how to do that. All right, so there's my data. There it is. And I'm going to make it bigger because I know somebody in the class will complain. So I'm going to go ahead and make it bigger. Not going to say who. All right, there we go. And we're going to center it. And we're going to make it a little bit bigger so everybody can see it. And I hope all the divas can see it. Can all the divas see it?
Yes, my blind beauty queen self can see this.
There. All right, so I'm going to put relative frequency right here. Relative frequency. And I want y'all to take a minute and do the relative frequency. I want y'all to do it before I do. Please.
Do you want us to tell you what N is?
Not yet. I appreciate you thinking about me, but not yet. I'm going to show you how to do it on here.
See, that's how I have to do it to work it out on paper is find N and then work my relative frequency.
Yeah, you have to find N first.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to find N. Now watch what I do here. If you use Excel, see that big funky E right here? Does anybody know what that funky E means? Read the word beside it. What does it mean? Auto sum. It sums up everything. So I'm going to hit that, highlight the numbers, and hit enter. And if you don't know how to do it, don't worry about it. Now I'm going to hit equals this divided by N, enter. And I'm going to copy that down. Now, if you know how to, I'm sorry, I forgot, I got to do one thing. Alternate F4. I think it's function F4, alternate F4. Hold on.
Your mic is muted if you're trying to talk to us. Not sure if you did that on purpose or not.
No, I haven't. And somebody better not do that again. Okay? Because I didn't touch it. All right, so there's your frequencies. And I want y'all to draw a circle graph and see if you can fill the circle graph in. Take a second and do that.
You want us to draw it on paper?
Just draw it on a piece of notebook paper, yes. I'm talking to my kids right now. Hold on. All right, now watch what I do here. Because drawing a circle graph is not rocket science. Okay, so don't make it out to be. If I could get is everything back on? Okay. All right, I'm going to take my handy dandy black marker and I'm going to pull this up here and I'm going to move this and turn this over. And I'm going to draw a circle. Now, I want to ask you, which one of these percentages up here is the easiest one to draw on a circle?
1%.
No, that is the most difficult
25%.
one. What?
25%.
No. Well, yeah. Yes. There's two that's real easy to draw. Which one are there? 25% is
47
one.
and
47.
47%. So I'm going to draw. Think of a pizza. And this one right here is 25%. That right there is 25%. Now, I don't want to make y'all sound stupid, but y'all should remember this back in like 3rd or 4th grade. Okay? If you take a pizza and you cut it into 4 sections, each one is called what? There's 2 names for it. One is 25%. What's the other name? Starts with a Q.
Quarter.
Quarter. So I'm going to put right here 25% or a quarter. Okay. All right. Now somebody tell me what the second easiest percent to draw is.
47.
47. Why do you say that?
Is biggest.
Because it's close to what? What is 47 close to?
50.
50. And you know, 50% is this line that goes across here.
Mm-hmm.
So 47 would just kind of knock off a little bit there. So here is 47. So I'm going to take my handy dandy yellow marker and I'm going to draw all of this yellow. And that's going to be 47%. Now, is it going to hold up in court that that's 47%? No, but you're not flying, you're not putting O-rings on the space shuttle here. You're drawing a dadgum pie graph on a test or homework at Tri-County Tech in Podunk, South Carolina. So I don't think you're going to have too many people coming around checking you to see if it's correct. It's exactly 47%. All right, so we've got 25, we've got 47. So you could say 18 or 9 would be your next easiest. Well, don't you know this is 25% right here? What's half of 25? 12.5, Hubert. That's right. So 12.5 is close to 9%, isn't it? So if this is 12.5, then 9% would be about right here. And I'm going to color that pink. Oops. Now, if this is 47%, somebody tell me what this is right here. This little slither right here.
Is it 1%?
Nope. 47, and we know that line's 50. So
3%.
3%. So I'm going to take a little slither of that 3%, and that's going to be 1%. And I'm going to do that in green.
Green. I see 1%. Oh.
And then what's left? %'s left, Hubert. That's right, class. And that's what's left. And I'm going to take my handy dandy blue, and that's going to be my 18%. So those people that like to color, y'all can color it away. I always color outside the lines anyway, so. Isn't that pretty? Now, the reason I took time to show you this, it's not that difficult. And on the question, they actually already draw it for you. So, you know, it's not that bad. So somebody tell me which one it is. Well, always, where is that 1%? That's what you're looking for. That's 1% right there. So you're looking for 1% with A. Where do you see a slither of A? C and what? D. And they've already picked C, and yes, that is correct. C is correct, so we're going to move on down. Oh, bar graph. They got the bar graph right. What else did they get? Okay, let's see. What's the question? Okay, that's a rounding issue right there. Let's see what else they. Okay, what did they ask on this one? Let me go see what they're asking. I don't know what they were asking. Hold on.
The differential and inferential.
These are tricky. It always, the pie graph, can we discuss in class? Okay, well, what do you want to discuss? The inferential?
Well, no, I think it was more of the pie graph at the time.
Okay.
I'm just not used to having to do pie graphs, and so I didn't do that in college algebra. So.
Okay, well, let me show you on Excel. Look here. You hit the Excel button. And do you use Excel, Miss Kidd?
Not much.
Okay. Well, for those that do use it, I'm going to show you a trick I learned in the war. Highlight those numbers and hit insert. Look at there. There's your pie graph right there. And now you can match that up, and you can even add stuff to it, but I'm not. You can match this up with the one that you're given. I meant the 4 that you're given. You can do a bar chart, insert, bar chart, or wait a minute, it's not doing, oh shoot. I'm gonna do a line graph. There. So you're looking for a little bit going up and up here and down here so that you can put you some imaginary bars right here. And you see that it's going up, then going down. Okay. Now, if you're going to use StatCrunch, it won't work. Something's wrong with it. I hope they hadn't logged me out. I'll have to see what the problem is there. I don't know. Let me go over here. Maybe I need to get into, I don't know. Let me get into my lab's math and see if it'll work then. Have any of y'all tried to use StatCrunch? Let me try it now. There it goes. Now, StatCrunch, you don't have to type anything. It'll automatically put that into StatCrunch if it ever comes up. Well, it shouldn't be taking that long. It's just a spreadsheet. It ain't.
I've tried to access it at work when I'm just kind of looking over homework and stuff, and it don't ever work.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to check that out because it's not supposed to just sit there and run. It's a conspiracy.
It's all the bureaucrats and Russians.
It's the Russians. Whenever something don't go your way, you blame the Russians. And when it does go your way, you don't complain. All right, so let's look at 2.126. 2.126.7. That pie chart is, anytime you're doing pie charts, it is a test question. Here's the data. Would it make sense? Oh, so let's do this one. Ooh. Let's see. The company data represents land area in 7 states. Highest elevation. Would it make sense to draw a pie chart for the land area? Yeah. And then what does it say? Okay, so let's do the land area. I'm going to put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and you can do it in your notebook because we're going to do the same thing that we did before. I'm going to make it bigger for you. There you go. I'm going to center it, and I'm going to expand. Is that good for everybody? Now, I'm going to make 2 graphs. I'm going to bring this. Watch what I do here. Control X, and I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to bring this. Control C, Control V. Okay, so all I did was bring the elevation down here so I can work with it and do relative frequency in one column. So somebody add those up. I'm going to add them up. You add them up on your calculator. There you go. All right, so there's the top one. And I'll move it down here in just a second. You can get the bottom. Okay, y'all gonna have to say something because y'all not talking. It kind of makes me think y'all are doing something else.
Something.
Yep. All right, relative frequency is going to be equal to this divided by this. And function F4 and copy. No, I don't think so. This divided by this, alternate F4, and enter. Why is it doing that?
It don't like you.
It's never done that before with me. Okay, I'm just going to hit enter. There we go. And copy that down. And there is your percentages. And I'm going to go ahead and do it for the highest elevation also, because that would be better with a bar chart. But we'll wait and see what they ask. I'm going to go ahead and do the relative frequency. Equals to this number divided by that number, F4, and enter.
I found I've not had any problems finding it, doing the frequency distribution. It's just honestly getting the decimals correct.
And that is what most of the time they want it to the hundredth.
Or yeah, or to the third pi. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time they want it to the hundredth. I usually try to keep my questions to the hundredth, but then again, like I said, only the test I can manipulate.
Right.
So I can manipulate the test. I just can't manipulate the homework unless I do it beforehand, and I'm not going through and look at every single one of the homework problems. So we'll just work through the homework. And I'm going to go ahead and do a graph, a circle graph for this one. So insert, and there is my graph. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more things. Well, it's not letting me. I've changed this. Give me a second. Data labels. There we go. And there's your percentages. Now you can't see it, but I'll try to make it big as I can. Well, I'm going to have to fix that. That sucks. Look how small those are. It's a conspiracy. Let's see if I can get all of them to work. Font. Let's make them bigger. Let's go with 16. There you go. Now this one you can't see, so I'm going to move it out. Oops. I didn't know. I want to. There. Okay, so somebody look for, what are we looking for? Well, you're looking for a very diverse circle graph. You got three big areas. You got 30%, 20%, and 17%. So you're looking for those three big areas. Let's go back to the homework question and look for those three areas. Well, all three of them have them, so you're going to have to match up the percentages. So let me pull the percentages back up. Make it small. And pull it over. So what do we got? I'm gonna have to go up. Forget that. I got to go up to the state and look at the percentages. 2930, 2930, 2930. There it is, Charlie. Charlie is your answer. Check. And it takes 15 minutes for you to get the answer correct. What next? Continue. Would it make sense to draw a pie chart for the highest elevation? I don't think so. I think it would be better to do a bar chart or a line chart. It does not make sense to draw a pie chart. Oh, so that's it. Now, why would it not make sense to do a pie chart for the elevations? Because elevations do what?
They might change.
They rise.
They go up and down, yes.
Yeah.
So you
They
would
change.
use a bar chart.
So I'm going to go to my handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to move that out of the way. Oh, gosh. Just let me hit delete. Where's my delete button? There it is. And you could actually just do the heights by doing this. Well, or this. And just do a line chart, insert line chart. And there you go. And you could right click on this and you could actually select data. No, you could bring in the data. I don't know if you can do that on this one. Hold on a second. Add data labels. There you go. So this state has an elevation of 1939. This one, 1,600 feet vertical, 2,900. So this is on top of a dang old mountain. This dang old swamp. And all these other ones are pretty
That's
much.
down there at Lake Secession.
Yeah, that's down. Yeah, down in Lake Secession. And this is up there toward Pickens. Okay?
Seneca, up there in Seneca.
Up there in
County.
Tomasi, Salem, where there ain't no crime rate.
That's
All
right.
right. So that's a good question right there. I like that question because it's not a lot to it, but it just got, that's a good question. I like that question. All right. So let's see that's it. That's all the homework questions.
There are a lot of those questions on the homework that are with the pie graphs. There's at least 2 or 3, maybe 4.
Okay, well, like I say, work them on the, here's some more questions. Here's some more. Work them on the homework, and that way, I won't put a lot on tests, because remember, we're in chapter 1 and 2. 80% of your tests is going to come from chapter 3. Okay, so let's see, these are in order. Let's do 2.217. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to just commit this whole class to homework problems. So, okay, 2.217/9. And hopefully y'all are not on chapter 1.1 because, okay, to predict a future enrollment, blah, 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 complete the parts. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to do everything with this. We can't do midpoints. Well, I don't know what else.
That's where I'm still lost at, is midpoint and all that.
They can't because you don't have classes.
Oh.
You just got 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna make it big enough so y'all won't bitch. So we're gonna do
We
that.
don't bitch. Who bitches?
What?
I said, who bitches?
Oh,
I'm the
every
only one-
class I got. Bitches
I'm the only
about
one that
them.
sends in homework problems because I'm
I'm not
dumb.
talking about y'all. I just say usually classes do. All right, here we go. Relative frequency. All right, I want y'all to do y'all's. Let's go ahead. I want you to give me 5 relative frequencies. Go ahead. And if you can't, we all know what that means.
N is equal to 50.
Good job. Let's check it and see. You got that N down, haven't you?
Yeah, the first relative frequency is 0.34.
My gosh, these students are they're going to get mad at you for communicating. You're not supposed to do
The next
that.
one's 0.32.
She's ignoring me, y'all. She is ignoring me. That's all right. I've been married. I know what it feels like. There you go.
0.2.
I just did that to piss you off. All right, here you go. check that now, Miss Kidd, and see if you got them right.
I did.
Now, you can make a pie chart. Go up here, hit insert, pie chart. What does this question ask, Miss Kidd? Do you remember?
I think it's when I get down to the percentages down at the bottom that I get all screwed up. That, like I said, the relative frequency, I've got it all the way out to the percentages, even when I break them down and multiply them by 100. Then when it gets down to asking the questions of what is this percent and this percent, and then dividing it out, I think a lot of it's me getting tripped up on these stupid decimals.
All right, well, let's look and see. There is
The easiest
problem.
thing, and I have a problem with it.
I'm trying to find your problem. There it is. 34.34.32, 0.22, 0.06, 0.06. Yeah. Yeah, you did.
I was way
know what
off.
you
I
were
was
doing here.
way off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's before I figured out how to do it.
Okay. And what percentage of household has 2? So go back to your, which has 2? 22%. So you type in 22% and you hit check answer. What percentage of households has 1 or 2 children under the age of 5? So let's go back to our 1 or 2 children under the age of 5. So this is under the age of 5. 1 or 2 children under the age of 5. What is 22 plus 32?
Yeah, 54.
54. That should be 54. Now the reason you don't include 0 is 0 means you ain't got no kids. That ain't 2 or 1. Okay, 0 is 0 kids. So you can't use 0. All right. Is that it? Now you're going to hate to hear me say this, Miss Kidd, but that's a good test question.
I think.
Why do I like this as a test question? Because it's short and sweet.
Well, that's
you do
what I
the
like.
frequency and what?
I said that's what I like. Short and sweet. It's just
it's,
I get myself confused trying to round all these decimals when it's round to this place, round to that place.
Well, under this one, remember, always try to round to the 100th. If you're not sure, round to the 100th, because what does the 100th turn into? A percent. So always round to the 100th if you're not sure. And I'll take care of you. If there's a rounding error and you got all of them right, you got one wrong because it's 0.23 instead of 0.22 on a test, all you have to do is see me after class and we'll look at it, and I'll probably end up giving you credit.
Because that was the problem with some of my homework, is I was getting it right, but it was 0.023 and I put 0.023.
What did the direction say?
Round to the 3rd.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll see one of these in here. Here's number 27. Number 27 in the book. Number 10 online. Okay, let's just go ahead and I'm going to look at these and I'm going to put them in order. Because when you're dealing with stuff like this, the first thing you got to do is put it in order. So I'm going to go to my handy dandy, and you would do it on your notebook paper if you didn't use spreadsheet. So I'm going to highlight this whole column and I'm going to put it in order. Data, sort. And there's all my numbers. So I got a 0 there, and I'm going to highlight that. Hold on a second. I'm going to highlight that yellow. And then I've got all these 1s right here. I'm going to highlight those verde. And then I've got all these 2s, and I'm going to highlight all my 2s. Hold on. In aqua. You ever see a color and you have a flashback to your childhood?
Yeah.
I just wondered. 3, I'm gonna color that funky looking yellow, orange or yellow. And then 4, that's gonna be that rouge. And then 5, I'm not gonna color it anything. Well, let's see what colors are left. Yeah, we'll just leave it gray. All right, so how many zeros do I have? Let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I got 1 5. I got 2 4s. I know I've got 1 0. And now I'm going to count. So 3s, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2s, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 1s, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13. Y'all check me. And that is, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for y'all and center it. I don't know what the directions are. Why? Because it don't matter to me, because I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a relative frequency right here. I'm going to get an N right here.
That's 40.
Let's check, make sure I got it. Yep. And I'm going to do equals 1 divided by 40.
0.2025.
Hold on a second. And enter and copy it down. And there you go. And hit percent. Y'all check y'all's numbers. And I'm going to draw I don't know what it's going to ask for, but I'm going to go ahead and insert and draw there you go. Add data tables. And I'm going to make that bigger. There you go. Now let's see what the question asks. Go ahead and write those down for me because I'm not going to go back and forth. So go ahead and write those down. Make sure you got these written down. The 3, 33, 38, 20, 5, and 3%. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the homework and hit done. And somebody give me the frequencies. I know there was 1 and 1 on the, so how many 1s were there?
13.
Oh, shoot, hold on. How many 2s were there?
15.
3s?
8.
4?
2 4s. 1
and
5.
And you should feel good about yourself.
I do.
Good job. All right, I need the relatives. Now, let's look. It says do not round. Now, what did Hubert say? Hubert said go to the second decimal if it doesn't say. So what's the first percent?
0.025 is what I have. But it
Okay,
says
so
do
that
not
would be
round.
0. What did I have?
Boy,
I'll go look. Just hold on. Y'all told y'all to write it down.
you had 3%.
Y'all didn't do it.
You
Just
had
forget it.
3%.
3%. Okay. Well, that's what I'm wanting. 0.03, 0.33. What's the next?
Oh, see, that's where I'm getting screwed up at is I'm putting the decimals in and I'm not rounding them. When it says,
Well, what did I just tell you? If it doesn't say rounding,
right,
you round to the 100th because that's what percents are.
okay,
A percent goes to the 100th.
Okay.
So that's a good habit to get into. I do realize it's 7 o'clock, but y'all not going to explode. Let's finish this problem. What's the next one?
38%,
What's the next one?
2%,
What's the next one?
5%,
And the
3%.
last. 0.3, isn't it? And you should feel good about yourself. I don't care what it says. That's the right answer. So I'm not going to worry about it.
I
If they
think
change
they got
and
it
do
messed up.
0.025, yeah, they can go to hell, because
See?
if you're not going to put what to round to, then they can go jump in the lake. I'm going to round to the 100th.
See,
And
that's
on
where
the test, if they do not put what to round to, and you round to the 100th, I don't have a problem with that. I'll mark every one of them right for you. Okay. What percentage of households in the survey have 3? Did I say 20%? What did I say?
2%.
That would be right, 2%. They're gonna put the decimal in there. They're gonna put the 0.5. Final check. 20. Well, yeah, that would be 20. I thought that would be 20. What percentage of households have 4 or more? So that's going to be 5%, 1, 2, and 2.5%, which is 7.5%. Now, if you were using my numbers, that would be 5 and 3, which would be 8%. And I would take either one on the test. Oh, good gosh. Construct a frequency histogram. So I'm going to take my handy dandy. I can't even find my, which one did I use? Was it this one? There. And I'm going to do a histogram of, hold on a second. I'm going to have to do this, Control C, Control X, Control C, Control V, and then this, Control X, Control V, and then I'm going to have to do that, and then I'm going to do insert and bar chart. No, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work either. Let me just do this. Let me do so I'm going to do a line chart, because line charts are the easiest to understand. And that's not going to work. Come on, why aren't you working? Okay, I'm going to just do it by hand. You don't see me do it by hand? Here's how to do it by hand. There's the base. You got 3%. And let's say, what's the highest percent? 30? The highest percent is 40. So that'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, now just draw your boxes. 3%. 3% is going to be right here. And then 5%. 5% is going to be right there. And then 33% is going to be right here. And then the next is 38%. That's going to be right here. And then the next is going to be 20%. 20% is going to be right about there. And 5% and 3%. So even if you don't, that's what it looks like. All right, we're going to have to stop there because some of you are going to explode. So let me check the roll right quick and make sure everybody's here that was here the other night. And
sorry if that's all we did was homework, but I have to be able to understand it to do it.
No. What are you apologizing for? That's what I want y'all to do. These people that, oh, I don't understand how to do it, but I'm not gonna send any questions. That's like the girl that goes out with you, that when you take her to a nice restaurant, she goes, "Oh, I'll just have water and a piece of lettuce."
Better throw a steak up in there.
There you go. So, some of these students, I'm not talking about y'all, but some of these students are like, "Oh, don't ask questions. Don't ask questions." Well, that's how you learn something. But you've been conditioned, because people have been conditioned in K through 12 not to ask questions. And I think all of y'all are here. Yeah, y'all are all here. Okay, so does anybody need anything? All right, I just went over that question right there, so I'm going to delete that one. And I've still got 2 more to go over, and y'all need to send more questions. And I did not cover 2.3, so be aware that Tuesday night, I will let you know if we're meeting. If I go Monday and Tuesday morning and my rooms are not working, we're going to have virtual Tuesday night. Does everybody understand that? So everybody check your email after 10 o'clock, after 11 o'clock, Monday and Tuesday morning, because I will make a decision based on if my morning class, if they don't work, I'm not going to fool with it. I'm just going to come home and teach from home. Does everybody understand that?
Okay.
Y'all have a good weekend.